First Alert 4 starts now.
Tonight at 6, we start by taking a live look at the Capitol as lawmakers are sending an immigration detention bill to President Donald Trump's desk. House lawmakers gave final approval to legislation requiring unauthorized immigrants accused of theft and violent crime to be detained. This would be the first law Trump would sign during his second term, and it moves in line with the president's plans to crack down on illegal immigration. He's also reversed policies protecting places like schools, hospitals, and churches from immigrant arrest.
Our Cameron Bob is reporting tonight on the work that local organizations are doing as the Trump administration targets undocumented immigrants.
Yeah, guys, it's a policy shift undoubtedly impacting the work organizations right here in St. Louis do, allowing ICE and Customs and Border Protection to make arrests at so-called sensitive locations.
If they're willing to do this, it means no one is safe. We're not safe. The community is not safe. Human rights aren't safe.
Elliott Chapel in Kirkwood is a so-called sensitive location. The term limits federal authorities from making immigrant arrests there as they offer resources and asylum to immigrants, undocumented or otherwise.
We are called by a higher power to be there for the most vulnerable, and that is what we will do.
Until now, under the Trump administration, the sanctuary they provide is no longer safe from immigration enforcement. The Department of Homeland Security says the rollback lets agents make arrests at schools, hospitals, and churches, saying, quote, the Trump administration will not tie the hands of our brave law enforcement and instead trust them to use common sense. Reverend Krista Taves says Elliott Chapel is preparing for what comes next.
It will not sway our commitment to serving the most vulnerable. You have to be on your toes.
No asylum seekers nor undocumented immigrants live at the church now, but they're staying vigilant should they be asked to provide such resources. And they're not alone in the effort. Kindred UCC in Maplewood also provides this safe space. Honduran immigrant Alex Garcia lived there for years under Trump's last term.
I want my freedom so I can stay permanent and stay with my family.
He left the church after then-President Joe Biden took office. Reverend Taves says President Trump's rollback hurts reform.
I am deeply saddened and concerned that we as a nation are failing to do the kind of immigration reform that would actually value human rights and civil rights.
Elliott Chapel is working on ways to adapt.
We are going to be constantly evaluating our ministries based on this current administration's priorities.
And with that evaluation that they're doing, Elliott Chapel is holding meetings about steps they can take to further their social justice initiatives, not only as it relates to immigrants, but also the LGBTQ+ community.
Well, and Cameron, in the meantime, who exactly does ICE plan to target on that immigration list?
Well, yeah, like we said at the top of the newscast, the House is sending a bill to the president's desk targeting unauthorized immigrants accused of theft and violent crime, but who comes after that is unclear. We are asking those questions, whether it includes those in the process of becoming citizens or maybe those who have made no effort. We are working to learn that information. We also have yet to see any reports of these efforts underway in St. Louis or across the country.
A lot of details still to be ironed out that would probably end a lot of uncertainty for a lot of people too. Cameron, we'll continue to follow it. Thank you.